Okay, lesson 4 of the Trebuchet project. This one is probably going to be the most fun. Might be a little frustrating at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's kind of neat. So we're going to go to New, and we're going to create what's called an assembly now. So make sure you select the little graphic with the green block in the corner. Hit OK. And what we're going to do, it's asking us to begin our assembly, and we want to select the documents that we want to pull into our assembly. This is where we're going to go grab the 10 parts that we've drawn earlier. Going to hit the Browse button, and we're going to start with the lower beam. Now the nice thing is, if we hit this pin here, we can actually put the two that we need in automatically. So I just did that by clicking the pin here. We only need two. If you put an extra one in, you can just select it and delete it. Okay, I'm going to deselect the pin and browse for the next part. We are also going to need the slide rail cross, and we're going to need 3 of these. So I'm going to select this, open, and again I'm going to hit the pin. Oops, I still have the other part. Let me cancel out of that and go back to insert components from the beginning. I must have done something incorrectly. Again, just to show you that, insert components here, browse, we're going to select the slide rail cross, hit open, that looks right, put our pin there, and we're going to select 3 of these. Okay. Now, the first part that we brought in, if we click to move this, you'll see that it doesn't move. Click on it with your pointer and it doesn't move. This part is free to move around, and these are free to move as well. This is our fixed component. If you right click on it, you'll see that we can change it to make it so that it floats like the rest of the components, but we're going to leave it fixed and just keep that for our kind of foundation to build off of. So these parts right here are not in the correct orientation. So I'm going to select one of them, and I'm going to go to under Move Component. There's a Rotate option. I like to just rotate them so they're closer to the orientation that we need. And just take all of these and give them a little turn, and it will make the next step a little bit easier. Hit the check. Okay, now we're going to apply what are called mates, and we're going to use the surfaces of these objects to lock the pieces together with specific geometric relationships. So I'm going to hit the mate option. The first thing I want to do is make this surface, and notice I get the orange line around the whole surface, to have the same plane as this surface. They're coplanar, and they'll pop down like that. Alright, I'm going to click check. Now before I do the next mate, I'm going to move this roughly to where I want it to be, which is somewhere over here. Again, I'm going to select this surface and make them coplanar, and you can see how they've rotated into place. The final thing I need to do is select, oops, I need to hit the checkbox after each time. Select this surface and this surface, and it's going to join those pieces together. And this is where I think it gets a little bit fun. Remember that this one's fixed, it's not going to move. Likewise, we need this surface and this surface to be coplanar. Hit the check. I need this surface to match up with this surface, and I need the end of this to match up with this. And our trebuchet is starting to take shape. We need to put one of these on the other end. I'm going to drag it close to where I want it, and I'm using the center scroll button on my mouse to get zoomed in on the end that I need. So this face wants to match up with this face. That looks good. This face wants to match up here. And finally we need to just match up these ends. So I need to rotate this around, and here and here. Now The final cross piece needs to be positioned 8 inches from the end. So there's a little trick for doing that. First we'll get these surfaces coplanar. I'm going to select this and hit OK. And I'm going to select this surface and this surface. And now it's in there, but you'll notice that there's no restriction. I can slide this back and forth. I can't move it up and down because I've locked those mates into position, but I can slide it back and forth. Now I don't want to do this visually. I want to give it a dimension. So if I select this face and this face, it's going to want to put those together. However, if I come over here and say I'd like to give a dimension to that, and I want that to be 8 inches from this edge, now if I select the check, it's going to position that in place, and notice I can no longer slide it around. So that's good. We need to go get some more parts to assemble. So we're going to go to Insert Components, and we're going to pull in our 2 spar supports. I'm sorry, spars. Okay, we're going to grab this guy and hit the pin so that we have 2 of them. Okay, and select them, grab our rotate option. I'm going kind of quickly, but remember you can always rewind these videos and play them at your own pace. Okay, these 2 spars have holes in them, and the orientation of the hole is important, so make sure you select the same faces when you go to mate yours together. I'm going to go back to my mate option and select these faces so that the hole is in the right orientation. Now obviously that's tilted, but we can straighten that out by selecting this face and this face. Oops, I need to click the check first. Excuse me. Alright, got those set. Now we just need to get the bottom of this to live on the top of this, and we're good to go. We need to do the same thing for the other side. Again, remember that the circle or your axle wants to be, those need to be lined up. Again, these faces need to be coplanar, and oops, something didn't happen right there. Let's try that again. There we go. And we need the bottom of this to sit on top of this. Alright, again, we're starting to make some progress here. This is a lot easier once you get the hang of it than doing the actual wooden one. I'm going to end this lesson and start another one that's going to take us through the rest of the assembly.